Alright, so this page still exists, but it's been private and I've been ignoring it. Sorry to all of the messages that I have ignored. So you can go back in my old videos and see my mom died 2 years ago this July. And it's been a hell of a journey. Cut off a bunch of my hair, you know, as you do. Then the election happened and I decided, well, fuck it. If we're just going to do whatever the fuck we want, I might as well do that too. And so I put my kids in a minivan. Well, not a minivan, RV. It's late where I am right now. Cut me some fucking slack. We went across the U.S. and now we're just kind of bebopping around the world because fuck it, nothing matters. But back to here. So I had this idea for the longest time of something weird I wanted to do. And my therapist told me that I should just do the weird shit, but it took a while for me to get to the point where I could do the weird shit. So during a D&D campaign, I sort of trauma dumped that, like, I would sit with Teddy Ruxpin and listen to him read me stories because my childhood was a hot fucking mess and Teddy was my friend. And I was telling this story to explain why I was naming my mimic pet, yes, that's a whole other story in of itself, Teddy, and why it needed to look like a yellow Care Bear. Anyways, and so I had the thought, like, I don't remember my mother reading me stories. I always read to my kids, and now they are at the point where they're like, we're good, don't read to us, just leave us alone and let's play our video games, which, fine. That doesn't hurt me at all. But I still like reading stories, and I can't remember my mother reading one. And since, you know... Hold on a second. She's dead. And therefore can't complain about any goddamn thing, I decided I should do the weird thing and read her stories. Because I can't exactly ask my almost 21-year-old son if I can sit down and read him a story. I mean, I could, and he might indulge me, possibly. But, I mean, why bother when I have a perfectly good bag of ashes sitting right here? So, if you too have a box full of trauma, I can't remember if anyone ever took the time to read you a damn story, get cozy, grab a blanket, a cup of tea, a glass of wine, whatever it is you need, and sit down. Now, the first story I'm going to start with is really unhinged, and we could probably debate all day long on if it's actually a really good story, but I read it to my kids all the time. And so I'm going to read it now to my mom and you. So, get cozy. All right, and forgive me, it's all going to be kind of weird because I'm on my phone and I don't have any books because I'm traveling and I put all my books safely away just in case, you know, America gets weird. So I'm going to be reading it from my computer because I found an e-copy and I'm just going to, like, figure out how to make this work so you can see the pictures because that's, like, the best part of a children's book is, like, the photos. So yeah, so I'm just gonna figure out, bear with me. Ha, I can technology, and yes, she is still in her cozy box. So, let's get comfy and read Love You Forever. A mother held her new baby and very slowly rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she held him, she sang, I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. The baby grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was 2 years old. And he ran all around the house. He pulled all the books off the shelves. He pulled all the food out of the refrigerator. And he took his mother's watch and flushed it down the toilet. Sometimes his mother would say, this kid is driving me crazy. But at nighttime, when that 2-year-old was quiet, she opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, looked up over the side of his bed, and if he was really asleep, she picked him up and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. While she rocked him, she sang, I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. The little boy grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was 9 years old. And he never wanted to come in for dinner. He never wanted to take a bath. And when Grandma visited, he always said bad words. Sometimes his mother wanted to sell him to the zoo. But at nighttime, when he was asleep, the mother quietly opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of the bed. If he was really asleep, she picked that 9-year-old boy and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." The boy grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was a teenager. And he had strange friends and wore strange clothes, and he listened to strange music. Sometimes the mother felt like she was in a zoo. But at nighttime, when that teenager was asleep, the mother opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of the bed. If he was really asleep, she picked up that great big boy and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. While she rocked him, she sang, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." That teenager grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was a grown man. He left home and got a house across town. But sometimes on dark nights, the mother got into her car and drove across town. If all the lights in her son's house were out, she opened his bedroom window, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of his bed. If that great big man was really asleep, she picked him up and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." Well, that mother, she got older. She got older and older and older. One day she called her son and said, "You'd better come see me because I'm very old and sick." So her son came to see her. When he came in the door, she tried to sing the song. She sang, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always." But she couldn't finish because she was too old and sick. The son went to his mother. He picked her up and rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And he sang this song, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my mommy you'll be." When the son came home that night, he stood for a long time at the top of the stairs. Then he went into the room where his very new baby daughter was sleeping. He picked her up in his arms and very slowly rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while he rocked her, he sang, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." So, I hope you liked the story. If you have any suggestions for ones I can easily find on the internet and read, go ahead and drop them. If you just want to be a dick, please go find something else better to do. No one has time for that. I have enough already. Thank you.